Hey guys, I'm back working on the Philco 3810. If you recall, in the previous installment I found out that the problem with it was that some of the capacitor plates were shorting out, so I straightened them out and resolved that problem. And there was also a bit of a crunch towards one end of the dial, and it turns out that was because of dirty contacts down in here, so our little deoxit took care of that. And it's playing quite well now, but I do want to go through and do the alignment procedure. I'll pop it back in the cabinet. Okay, so 8657 got it set up for 1 kilohertz AM, 75% modulation. That should be alright. But the frequency's wrong. I want that to be 470 kilohertz. And we should be able to hear something. There it is. I thought it'd be louder than that. Minus 40 dB is a little bit of a strong signal, but we'll go with it. So the signal's just injected to the grid cap on the 6A8 through a 0.1 microfarad cap, and the other side's grounded to the chassis. And I'm just going to do it by ear. They say you could hook up a meter to the 6F6 output tube and watch the needle move on VTVM, but I just do it by ear. That's good enough. I'm not going to do any DXing around here. All the stations I listen to are either my own transmitter or strong local stations anyways. So, supposed to start with 20B, then 20A, and so on. They include this handy chart in the service info showing you where the trimmers are located, so 20B is right here. I'd be surprised if this was off by much, because I'm pretty sure I aligned this back when I worked on it before. Yeah, that was pretty much dead on. Right there. Well, that one was off. Alright. Now that I think about it, I probably didn't align this when I first got this radio, because I don't think I had the equipment back then. I'm going to drop down this level. Try minus 50. Oops. Okay. I cranked the volume all the way up on the radio and dropped this level down such that I can still hear it. Okay, it's definitely needed an alignment. Down to minus 80 dB, which is still here. I'll go through the whole thing again. These are pretty darn easy to align as old radios go. So that's that portion. Now for the other trimmers. Alright, first do shortwave, 18 megacycles. And so I'm going to go through these steps, and now I'll be adjusting the trimmers here and here on the tuning cap, and then the two trimmers down in here. These are oscillator trimmers, I believe. Okay, next we're going to do the shortwave. So I've dialed in 18 megahertz, and now I'm injecting the signal to the antenna jack on the back. And I need to put this in shortwave mode. And see if I can pick that up. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's just adjust this guy using an insulated tool. Even so, it has an effect. It's a tricky thing to adjust. Surprised this insulated tool has so much of an effect. Well, that seems to be pretty good there. And now back to broadcast band. Let me do 1500. So, 500. Dial on 1500. It's dead on. Awesome. And tweak 7 and 4A. Stick that down in the hole, and then this one up top. Did not need any adjustment. This radio is working pretty well, so I didn't really expect things to be off too much. Oh, it's stuck. You know, I'm gonna get out a metal tool and see if I can crack that loose. I'm curious, this one's really not affected, probably because it's a lower frequency. I'm somewhat immune to hand effect. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just doesn't vary when I bring this metal tool there. Okay. And then 9, this guy over here. Again, didn't need any adjustments. And then we just do 7 and 4A again. Sometimes these adjustments can kind of fight with each other. Especially these oscillator trimmers, because there's one trimmer for the high end and one for the low end. Oh, I just realized I screwed up. I left it at 1500. When I did 9, it's supposed to be on 580. I was saying there's a trimmer for the high end and for the low end. And I just did the high end. See, this is off a bit. So, hopefully when I adjust 9, this trimmer here, I can bring that so it's peaked on 580 on the dial. Oops, wait. 580, I've got it on 590. There we go. Same about there is good. Now we go back to 1500. I don't hear anything. Yeah, that's 1500 there. Alright, so now we trim this, and hopefully I can get that back in line. I don't seem to have enough range to pull it back in. It's down as tight as it'll go, and if I back it off, is it shifting it up or down? Or not at all. Oh, way down in frequency. Okay, definitely needs to be tightened. Well, I'm going to fight back and forth with these two trimmers and get things as best I can. If the dial's off a little bit, not the end of the world. Important thing is the IF has been aligned. Well, I kept at it, going back and forth, and I finally got it pretty darn good. So, 580, 580. Dial in 1500. And 1500. Alright. That's as good as it's going to get. So, that is that for the alignments. Now, I'm just going to secure the top on that electrolytic, and I think it's ready to put back in the cabinet. And finally, here it is all back together and performing just fine. I hope you enjoyed this little series on re-restoring a Philco 3810.
Numbers that come down in his head, and in addition he gets communication that this is a time travel machine, this black glassy triangle, and that it is coming from an extension of us in the future. That was his term, 50,000 years in the future, where what has happened?
Ok, el 27, la Madre Teresa nació ese día.
The stress that their inflammation has burdened their bodies with.
Would you say arthritis could be fixed?
Graduation players going to the National Football League. That's 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It'll be followed between West.
I told him this year that he needs to go through the confirmation classes.
Bryant or Folston. But again, as I said in our Buffalo...
sort of ravaged by violence as much as other Central American countries are.
Call Rhino Shield for your free estimate and get a 25% savings. 847-850-11.
Deep to dead center in this park. Breaking ball got him looking. Strike 3 called. Almost hit me. I didn't get that much at home plate. Over $150,000 in game day prizes. Red Baron, better crust, better pizza. Go Illini.
Amarillo, Illinois.